Welcome back to Need to Read, and the last show on the air of KFNX until I come back on the air, hopefully not too long from now. And Eli, you have something that just came in about Alex Jones?
And if you want to call in and give your opinion on anything, the 602-277-KFNX or 1-866-536-1100.
At 602-277-5369.
Yeah. I just want to, the caller corrected us. He said that Alex Jones didn't talk about the moon landing or thought it was fake.
Well, wait a second.
Did I mention that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I take that back.
I sarcastically said it.
Okay. All right. Well,
I knew he didn't say that, but I know they're idiots that believe that.
I said that just to be sarcastic. I didn't know whether he talked about the moon landing or not, but I've heard the way he talks and the conspiracy. I don't even remember what it was he said, but as soon as I heard his mouth open about 15 words, I said, okay, all right, fine. I switched the station. I didn't listen to Alex Jones. but maybe other people have a different opinion about what he says, and that's fine with me. So what do you guys have to say? Justin, what do you think?
I don't know.
Alex Jones, yeah. I
don't know. Alex Jones is a hit and miss kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that there's no doubt that the United States is the only reason there's any freedom left in the world. Because if you read history, this is what was happening as soon as Columbus came across and discovered what they called the New World.
Genocide.
Europe said, wow, there are resources there. And so Europe, all of the countries, even Russia, who was backward compared to the western of Europe, they all came and went, well, they were already in Africa. The Romans were in Africa and in India, but they just didn't know about the Americas. But China was closed to them because it was so big and huge and whatnot. But as soon as their technology got good enough, they began to conquer the world. And that's what they did. Europe conquered the world. And they were gonna conquer the world and put it under its thumb, the entire world. But then there was a hiccup. That was the Americans, who were English citizens.
Yes.
And felt like they were getting a bum rap from the English monarchy and parliament. And so decided to be their own country taking the tradition of gradual freedoms from, starting with the Magna Carta, where individual rights were actually recognized and the king was no longer allowed to do just anything he wanted, like before.
Yeah, take that, King George.
Taking that step.
Well, the
forward,
Magna Carta came before King George.
I don't care.
But taking that step, they conceived of government limited by codified constitution, saying the government is only allowed to do this, this, and this, and individuals are free. And that was a concept that is foreign to dictators and tyrants and monarchs and stuff. They don't like that. They like telling people what to do. And so from our very inception, we threw a wrench into the works of the Europeans trying to conquer the world. They went ahead. Actually, the Revolutionary War that we talk about, our independence, was actually a world war where the three major powers, Spain, France, and England, were busy fighting each other for control of all the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And when it was over, Britain came out. They lost the Americas, but they gained all the rest of their colonies at that time, and they became the most powerful.
They were known as the empire where the sun never sets.
Yeah, the sun never sets.
Never sets on the British Empire.
That's right. But the rest of the European powers were also involved.
Yeah.
In dividing up the rest of the world, and that is why we have such a backlash against whites. Because of that. Because that is the big thing right there. You just gotta remember that the world has changed, but the power brokers now have seen a way of maybe bringing the United States down, and that is to throw us into racial hatred. Racial anarchy.
Or bankruptcy.
And bankruptcy. Absolutely. Bankruptcy is more effective. But you got, especially with bankruptcy, and you got economic, turmoil and economic uncertainty, then you're gonna have these passions between the races come out even more. And that's the United States is under assault and has been under assault, and it's right now with all the technology that's going on today, we face the possible annihilation of freedom in the world. How's that one?
No, but
kind of scary, but go ahead.
Entertainment. So that's a weird transition, but what one of the subjects that we wanted to talk about was the Oscars is going to have a new award out. They're going to shorten it to 3 hours, but they're cutting a lot of stuff that I think they shouldn't have cut. I think they should just cut off the things that are useless in the
Well,
Oscars.
I don't think
Last
I don't
year's
think
winner-
a bunch of rich people should be patting themselves on the back for just standing in front of a camera all
What's
day.
the new award again? What was it?
the
Be-
participation trophy award.
That's what Justin calls it. It's best popular movie.
Best popular movie.
Which
Participation award, right.
Which
That's
doesn't make sense because it's not awarding the best film of the year. It's just awarding
The most popular.
the most
Well,
popular,
why don't they
best,
just, why
most
don't they
popular
just say
movie.
made the most money?
Yeah, basically, what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
The movie that made the most money.
That's right.
The award
Movie that
goes
made the most
to.
money. Absolutely.
Yeah, in a sense. And people have pointed out that, like, they're pointing to movies like The Dark Knight, which is a superhero movie.
Oh, that was a fantastic movie.
that got snubbed for Best Picture. But at the same time, that doesn't happen every year, and that's a rare circumstance. Like, Baby Driver was in the Oscars.
Actually, you know what? I'll give Baby Driver that title. That was actually a good movie.
I think they're kind of desperate because maybe the ratings are down or something.
Yeah,
like
this
that.
was
That's
the lowest rated Oscar show this year.
Yeah.
Like there was barely.
Did you notice though that how Hollywood's taking a repeat with movies? So how Die Hard was,
Nobody up there. What's he saying?
I was going to say that the ratings in the past 2 years have gone down 39%.
Yeah, 39% is what.
Thank you, Darren.
Especially too that the one thing that they did was that when they expanded the Best Picture category to 9, that's what they were thinking, that they would have some of these movies coming in as like Dark Knight, in those 9. But unfortunately, it's not happening that way.
Yeah.
Well,
I still think it's a ridiculous sort of award to give out. And also another thing is they're cutting it from 4 hours to 3 hours, and they're cutting people that they're not showing the awards given for sound design or sound mixing or cinematography or anything like that. They're not showing those people that deserve an award.
well, as far as I'm concerned, that's
Most of the people don't care about those.
But yeah, but
the frivolousness of the theater industry is, it's not something that I think it's such an important thing, but I know young people do mostly, and so I would like to recommend a movie that you guys watch. I mean, I always talk about old movies, like, you said, Nick, you've seen Casablanca.
I'm a movie guy, so I see a lot of old
You
movies.
could also watch an incredible old movie. It's called The Westerner with Walter Brennan and Gary Cooper. And it's another version of the story of Judge Roy Beam.
A good classic I want to throw out there. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
That's right.
The man.
Blondie, you know what you are.
The man. What was that? The man that shot.
Liberty Vance.
Yeah, Liberty Vance.
That's right.
That's a old spaghetti western. That has some good.
Dude, Western movie, Tombstone. Tombstone.
I'm your huck.
Well, of course, there's also the Outlaw Josie Wales, which is a great epic of a movie.
Well, I think what's missing with movies nowadays is that the dialogue and maybe the monologues, they're too quick to cut off, scenes when somebody's really trying to make a point or bring that feeling.
I think this is the same thing that'll happen, is that you guys just aren't looking far enough for the movies.
But they make a point though, because if you ever notice with a movie, movies nowadays are only liked if they hit every character point of like being a comedy, being serious, just action. They have to have everything in a movie in order for it to be good now. Like you can no longer have like a good like drama or a thriller without having to throw comedy in there.
Well,
Drive. Ever seen Drive with
Nope.
Ryan Gosling?
Nope.
It's where
because I don't think Ryan Gosling's that good of an actor.
Yeah, but it's a really good movie. Another one that I told him about was Three Billboards Outside.
Three Billboards. That was the winner of last year's Oscar.
No, it's what I thought should have won.
Oh, okay.
Didn't like the
Shape of Water.
Yeah, like so basically some lady falls in love with the fish.
Oh yeah,
that's what the movie was.
It's a Guillermo del Toro movie, and he made Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay. Well, I don't remember that. I don't remember. I do remember something about the Labyrinth, but I never went and saw it or anything. Well, I would go for a retelling of the hunt by the hunters, at the end of the great feast in the village, as we sit around the fire and watch the stars in the sky and listen to the hunters. lie about who did the kill and who was brave and who was afraid or whatever. The stories we get, the fish gets bigger every time you tell the story, you know?
Oh, like, what was it? Big Fish. Yeah.
Big Fish.
Big
That
Fish
was a pretty good movie.
That was a pretty good movie. Who was that by? That was, Tim Burton. Yeah. Tim
Okay.
Burton.
How about,
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
How about Steve McQueen, Dustin Hoffman, and Papillon?
We're coming down to the next page.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the phone number again, but
When we come back, you can call in and wish us good luck, and you can wish me good luck at 602-277-5369. I'm going to come back and wrap up the show, and we're going to talk a little bit where you're going to be able to pick up this show on the internet. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What does hope mean to you? Is it taking that extra step or just standing up? Is it running that extra mile or just walking down the stairs? Everyone defines hope differently, but at Surgenex, we want you to ask for more. We're giving hope back to patients by pioneering the next generation of medicine. Leveraging unprecedented quality, safety, and value, our products represent our vision that treatment can be different, that it can rekindle hope. Every member of our staff is dedicated to the vision that hope can be more than a dream for tomorrow, but with passion and commitment, can be something we can pioneer today. Welcome to Surgenex, where hope isn't a concept, it's a reality.